What is up, everyone? Welcome to round 4 of the Emerald City Trolls 2025 Pacific Old School Tournament. We got 2 awesome decks to show you, so let's get in those deck lists. First up, we have Andy S with actually a returning deck list, but not from this tournament. He actually brought this list to the Portland Regrowth Cup earlier this year and actually made it all the way to the finals with what I would consider a very cool brew. This is a Consecrated Land combo deck. Now, he's been really nice and centered the combo pieces in the deck photo for us, so I'll go over those first. Basically, he has 4 Mishra's Factories, 3 Consecrated Lands, which is an enchant land that basically makes your land indestructible and cannot be further enchanted, and 2 Candelabra of Tawnos, which allow for some pretty interesting shenanigans with Mishra's Factories. Really cool tech, especially when you also combine it with something like Guardian Beast. So let's just run through the full list here because I'm picking and choosing cards, but you do have the 4 Mishra's Factories, the 3 Consecrated Lands, the 2 Candelabra of Tawnos, 3 Guardian Beasts, Chaos Orb, gotta have the Guardian Beast Chaos Orb combo. This is a fully powered list as well with all the mocks, Recall, Time Walk. Oh, you know, it actually does not have Time Twister. My mistake. It does have Loa and Black Lotus, though, as well. The list is also running 3 Felwar Stones with some pretty cool video game altars, a Soul Ring, 3 Jam Day Tomes, 1 Regrowth, 1 Demonic Tutor, 1 Mind Twist, 1 Icy Manipulator, 1 Disrupting Scepter, 3 Disenchants with looks like Beholders, 3 Swords of Plowshares, 1 Lightning Bolt, 3 Strip Mines, 1 Fountain of Youth, 2 Maze of If, 1 Shivan Dragon, 1 Fireball, 4 City of Brass, 4 Plateaus, 3 Scrublands, and 1 Mishra's Workshop. For the sideboard, we have 1 Earthquake, 3 Red Elemental Blasts, 3 Blood Moons, which is an interesting include considering it does turn off his Mishra's Factories, 2 Circle of Protection Red, 2 Abyss, 1 Shivan Dragon, and 3 Granite Gargoyles. I do think this is a bit different than the list he did bring to the Regrowth Cup now that we've gone through all of it. Still a very cool list to see and one I'm very excited to have back on camera. But before we get into those games, let's see who he's playing. Next up is Bjorn with what I'm just going to be calling Grixis Hymn, because it's kind of all about that discard. I know he was very excited to be able to play Hymn to Torox when he typically plays, I think, Swedish, because I hope I'm getting this correct. He is from Sweden. If that's not correct, I'm sorry, Bjorn. Anyways, he made the long journey over here to play some old school, and this deck is pretty freaking sweet. There is a bit of a white splash in here, but we're focusing on the Grixis colors because that's the cool colors, let's be real. So the deck does have 4 Hypnotic Specters, 2 Juzam Jin, 1 Solkanar the Swamp King, which I love to see, and someday I'm going to be able to build a deck that can play it. The 4 Hymn to Torox, like I mentioned, a Demonic Tutor. Interestingly, this list is also mostly fully powered, but is also missing the Time Twister. So we do have all the Mox Jets, the Lotus, Recall, Time Walk, that sort of thing. Does have the Mind Twist, Fireball, Balance, Boomerang, Mana Drain, 2 Psionic Blasts, 1 Brain Geyser, Chaos Orb, a Divine Offering, and a Disenchant in the main, 4 Lightning Bolts, a Soul Ring, of course, and 3 Rack. Gotta love any deck that's running the racks, but maybe that's just me. As for the lands, looks like he's got 3 Badlands, 1 Volcanic Island, 4 Scrublands, 4 City of Brass, 4 Underground Sea, and 3 Tundra. In the sideboard, looks like he might have what is a placeholder card, 2 Strip Mines, 2 Blue Elemental Blasts, the 2nd and 3rd Disenchant, 2 Energy Flux, a Swords of Plowshares, a Circle of Protection Red, 2 Red Elemental Blasts, and 2 Earthquakes. Viewers of the channel may know that I do have a soft spot for him decks. I started off playing old school in mono black, so I'm very excited to see this list. It will be very interesting to see how it pairs up against Andy's deck, especially because there's not really any land destruction main board, and that is kind of essential before that Consecrated Land starts getting out of control. So it's going to be a fun one. Let's get into the games. And here we are at the start of round 4. Andy on the left, Bjorn on the right. Now, Bjorn definitely has the more disruptive deck for sure, especially if he can get a turn 1 him out and hit some key cards. There's no Dark Ritual in the deck, so there's no turn 1 hippie potential, unless he does hit a Lotus. It looks like he will be mulliganing here, though, so we'll be cutting to when he has a keepable hand. Okay, so we are cutting back into a mulligan to 5 here from Bjorn. Unfortunately, not finding much in the 6, hoping for a better 5. There's an Ancestral Recall that does make the mulligan hurt a little less. And it looks like we do have a key pool 5 here. All right. So Andy gonna lead us off. Strip mine, Mox Emerald, Felwar Stone, go. Felwar Stone, a fun one that I don't think sees enough pre-modern play or old school play. Jesus, what am I talking about? Wrong format. Here we go. Demonic Tutor. You can tell I've been doing a lot of videos today, guys. All right, Demonic Tutor here. Not sure what he's grabbing because he already has Ancestral Recall in hand. Maybe a threat, maybe a Juzam Jin or a Hymn. Something like that. All right, are we doing anything else? Okay, there's a Sapphire. And draw 3. Maybe he tutored for the Mox here just to draw 3. Pass you. It's like that mulligan to 5. It didn't even happen. All right, Andy untapping here. Does have a target for the strip, but does he want to take Bjorn off of red? When your opponent also leads off with lots of Mox. Ooh, there's a Mishra's Factory. Okay, tapping 4 here. For a Mind Twist for 3. Oof, that is rough. So Bjorn losing all but 2 cards. What do you get to keep? Those 2. What did you hit? A Badlands, a Tundra, and an Underground Sea. Well, hopefully Bjorn can cast the rest of the spells in his hand with 3 mana. Seems fairly likely. He's got double black for Hippie. He can do double black for him. Can point it right back at Andy. Alright, does hit a Badlands and just gonna pass. I do wonder how many lands was actually in Bjorn's hand. Maybe that Mind Twist not the most deadly thing. Alright. Andy tapping out for a Jam Day Tome. And pass. Still not getting aggressive. Oh, there's a Candelabra as well. That is pretty important. There's an Orb. Is that a balance as well? Alright, Orb for Bjorn. No way to cast the balance. We're going to try and take care of this card advantage engine. And it is good. No more tome. Pass to you. Alright, Andy with 2 cards in hand. I imagine this factor is going to start getting in at some point. But I do wonder if he's holding up a... Okay, we're going to strip the untapped Badlands. Looks like he might be floating a red. No. Okay. Take a Lightning Bolt out of the equation. Oh, he did float a red. He's going to take the mana burn. And Candelabra going to do its shenanigans, letting the Mishra's Factory get in for 3. Again, there is only 1 creature in Andy's deck, and it's Shivan Dragon. Otherwise, he's winning through these Mishra's Factories, so he does have to try and protect them as best he can. Alright, there's a City of Brass. Are we tapping for white here? Are we going to get to see Consecrated Ground? No, there's an Ancestral. Just take another turn after this. And choosing to not animate the factory, showing a lot of restraint here. The likelihood of a Lightning Bolt is pretty high. Alright, tapping 4 for an Icy Manipulator. And pass. Alright, there's a rack. And pass back to you. Take 1. Andy dropping to 16. Both players at 16. I'm not sure what's in Bjorn's hand, but It's apparently uncastable with 3 mana. I wonder if there's Juzams in there. Okay, we're gonna tap down your Badlands on your upkeep. There's a balance. I think we knew that was in there. Does not have a white source to cast it yet. Probably safe for this factory to get in. Yep, gonna get in for 2. Sorry, make that 3 with Candelabra. Bjorn down to 13. Say go. Do both players actually have balance in hand? Oh yeah, taking 1 off of the rack. There's a hymn. Can't cast it. Needs 1 more black source currently. Alright, Andy untapping. Does not take damage from the rack anymore. Gonna get in for 3. Bjorn down to 10. Tap down your red source / black source. Do you just go for the bolt? Yeah, bolt you. Beautiful Krish Rush. Signed lightning bolt there. Alright, there's a red source. Can't tap down all my red sources. And of course, I think top decking that, otherwise he may have held the bolt up. Just in case. But now there is the threat of the bolt, so... Okay, we're gonna tap down the ruby. And then... Interesting, Andy actually taking a point here to deal 3. Bjorn down to 7. And now he has him mana up, but he's not using it. He does have a Psionic Blast. I think that's maybe what the mana's for. I also just noticed his racks are signed, and I am super jealous. I have about, between all the different formats, like 4 decks that use full playsets of the rack. There's an orb there from Andy. None of them are signed. Someday, I would love for that to happen. Especially my pre-modern ones. Okay, anyways, enough about me. There's an orb that's not being activated yet. There's a Psionic Blast. Just to the dome. Andy down to 6. Bjorn down to 5. Do you him now? There is Swords to Plowshares. There's a white source as well. That's pretty huge. Okay, there's a hymn. And then do you balance? Balancing would be not that great, I guess. Andy just has 3 lands, so he'd sack 1, he'd sack 1 of the City Brass. Oh, but does he have a disenchant here? Gonna tap 2. Take a point to do so. Don't forget the point. Yeah, there's a disenchant. Drops to 5. And then takes another point. Bolt you. You go down to 2. Oh, in response to the cast, Bjorn gets it with a Psionic Blast, and we go to game number 2. Bjorn recognizing the key time there at the end of that first game. Psionic Blast just doing its job. Alright, both players here with 7. Hopefully we can keep it that way. Bjorn actually winning on a mulligan to 5, which is very respectable. Of course, Ancestral helping, but Andy going to start us off with a Plateau and Pass. Alright, let's see what all types of shenanigans Bjorn can get up to. There's 2 mocks in a city. I take a point for a him. Him turn 1 can be rough. If you just hit your opponent's lands, then it's kind of tough for them to do much. I'm going to do those 2. Alright, there's a Consecrated Land and a Tome. And pass. Maybe not the best hits short term, but pretty good hits long term. That is the card advantage and game plan. Oh, no, there's a Consecrated Ground there. We're only going to give this a read because nobody knows what it does. It does still die to Swords to Plowshares. That's the thing. Like, there is still that card, which sees tons of play, and we know Bjorn has 1 in the deck. He might have more on the side. I'm actually forgetting if he has more on the side, but he does have an answer to it. There's an Ancestral. He does have 2 disenchant effects as well. Although I guess Divine Offering only hits. Yeah, okay, so he has 1 disenchant. So he has basically 2 outs in the deck to the Consecrated Land. But there's a him. Leave you with 1 card in hand. It's another Tome and a City of Brass. And do we have any follow-up here? This has a white mana. There's a Black Lotus too, though. Alright, Lotus for a turn. Gonna crack it for 4. And there's a Jusam Djinn. Alright. Well, the factory is a excellent blocker for it, so that's problematic. But if he has the answer... Yeah, I'm gonna swing. Oh, he does have a Swords. Oh no. Alright, well, that factory is technically exiled. And he does go up to 22. Oh, and there's a rack. Remember those 2 hymns? They're gonna start dealing damage. Alright, take 1 off the rack. Oh, and also took 5. Yes. Good catch, Bjorn. Before blockers, the factory was Swords, so you should have taken 5 off the Djinn. Alright, there's a Candelabra. Not going to do much here. Take a point from your Jusam, and I missed the hippie actually coming in too. I was going on about the Swords. Hits a Demonic Tutor. That's huge. Past you. This is going to be, yep, that's going to be game. Bjorn takes down a clean 2-0. Turns out when you can power out some big beaters and have one of the very few answers in your deck to an indestructible Mishra's Factory, you just get there. All right, thanks to all of you for watching. Very cool decks from both players. Love to see it. If you guys have made it this far, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Those are really the 2 best ways to support what I'm doing. If you want to support the channel financially, help with travel expenses, gear upgrades, just making more videos in general, the Patreon is the best way to do that. You may notice the link displayed on screen. It's also in the video description below, and of course the names of my wonderful patrons. You guys are amazing. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time.